Dear participants, I am here to talk on COVID 19 igniting revolution in the education. In India, 320 million students have been affected by COVID 19 school closures. And though the government quickly recommended shifting to online teaching, this course ignores India's immense digital divide with the embedded gender and class divides. So we need to think on some of the topics that I have mentioned here. COVID 19 and the challenges in the education, impact, which are negative versus positive, revolution in the education, new learning approaches, and how the industry 4.0 is affecting. So, first of all, I will focus on the challenges in the education because of the COVID 19. So, here are some points I have mentioned like focus on digital divide, reorient the curriculum, make a powerful and a wider cadre of teachers. So, it means technology has potential to achieve the universal quality education and improve the learning outcomes. But in order to unleash its potential, the digital divide must be addressed. Digital capabilities, the required infrastructure, and the connectivity must reach the remotest and the poorest communities. Access to the technology and the internet is an urgent requirement in the information age, and it should no longer be a luxury now. So, we need to reorient the curriculum. While the teachers are struggling to learn the digital ways of communicating with their students, it is clear that we need to pay a close attention to what we teach. Our endeavors to educate the children has been guided by the question, who am I and what is my relation with the universe and others? So we need to make a powerful and a wider cadre of the teachers. This crisis is forcing the teachers to reinvent their roles from that of transforming the information to enabling the learning. This shift to distance learning has afforded many opportunities to teach differently, encouraging the self learning, providing the opportunities to learn from diverse resources, and allowing the customized learning for diverse needs through the high tech and low tech sources. So, we need to think on some of the negative impacts as well as some positive impacts of this COVID 19. Slow cross border movement of the students. So, universities in the many countries such as Australia, UK, New Zealand, and Canada are highly dependent on the movement of students from China and India. It is becoming a more and more clear that this cross border movement of students will take a beating at least for next 2 to 3 years and will lead to major financial risk for the universities in these countries who are already under financial pressure. Passive learning by the students. Even there is a shift to online learning, but without any planning, especially in the countries like India, where the backbone for online learning was not ready and the curriculum was not designed in such a way that. So, it has created the risk of most of the students becoming a passive learners and they seem to be losing their interest due to the low level of attention span. Unpreparedness of the teachers for the online education. So, online learning is a special kind of methodology, and not all the teachers are good at that, or at least not all of them are ready for the sudden transition from face to face to the online learning. So, thus, most of the teachers are just conducting the lectures on video platform, just like Zoom or any other platform like Google Meet, which may not be a real online learning in the absence of dedicated online platform specially designed for this purpose. Again, there is a impact on the recruitment process also. The universities and college worldwide area are facing a major risk in the area of child recruitment and the retention. The risk of losing students is so high that there will be need to look at the admission practices, admission criteria, and the overall recruitment process itself. So it requires some new methods to outreach and the application process itself. So there are some positive impacts of this also, like rise in the blended learning. Universities and colleges, they're shifting to a model of blended learning where both the face-to-face delivery along with the online model will become a norm. This will require all the teachers become more technology savvy and go through some training that brings themselves to the level of that is required. Learning management system to be a new model. It means there is a great opportunity for the companies, those who are developing and strengthening the learning management systems, openness and the transparency in the education. So there is a great opportunity for the universities and the colleges to start improving the quality of learning material that is used in the teaching and learning process. There is a rise in the collaborative work. So earlier, the teaching community were insulated more in the country like India. But there is a new opportunity where the collaborative teaching and learning can take place. Faculty members and the teachers can deliver the online courses to even students from competing institution. Collaboration can also happen among the teachers across the India to benefit from each other. So this needs to understand the revolution in the education. It starts with the education 1.0 to education 4.0. We'll see in brief what is education 1.0. It is a passive approach wherein the teacher center system is more focused. Teachers gives the knowledge and teacher is the leader in the classroom and technology is forbidden in the classroom only. While in the education 2.0, communication and collaboration will start. There is exam based learning and there is examination approach. Knowledge memorization is taking place. Some people think that they stop talking about the teaching and they talk about the learning and learning outcomes, but they are still on paper. So, invasion of technology and social networking is required. So, next comes in industry, in the education 3.0. Education 3.0 is again a teacher is transformed to some coordinators and facilitator or advisor, learner, or a practice guide. But here, the more important factor is that student is researching. There is a innovation in flipped classroom methods are used. There is a more dialogue, and technology is everywhere. Students they are self learning, and the classroom style teaching is no longer existing. So here onwards, the technology is more important in the teaching learning process. Education 4.0 comes next, wherein the co-creation and innovation is the center. Whenever, wherever possible, the learning, teaching going on. Flip classrooms, applied interactive practice exercise, face-to-face teaching. These are less, but flip classrooms they are more used. Learning is done at home, outside school, while in the school, students will develop the skills. Develop development of personalized teaching and learning also taking place. Learning plans are now changed to the creativity plans, increased use of virtual reality, continuous evolution, innovation. It is taking place in the education 4.0. So we need to understand education 4.0 as anytime, anywhere. It is a personalized learning. There is a flexible delivery of the products. Teachers, they are peers, mentors. Where and why is not the problem. What to do and how to do is the thinking. There are more focus on the practical applications. Modular and the project based learning is more. Students are have got the ownership, and evaluation is taking place rather than examination is taking place. So these are the education 4.0 parameters that we have just seen. Now we'll see what are the new learning approaches which are given rise because of this education 4.0. So there is encouraging accelerated remote learning. So which is the idea where the students will learn the theoretical knowledge remotely using the digital means. While the project based learning is more important, wherein a spatial skill is not important, but the various types of skills with the various type of small projects is more important. Education 4.0 is a deeper fusion of the technology into the teaching process. Focus is now shifting to the learning than the teaching. So this new learning approaches need to understand what is the revolution in the technology. So technology is revolved from industry 1.0 to industry 4.0. So industry 1.0 is taken place in 1784. Here, the water and steam powered machines were developed to aid the workers. In industry 2.0, the first production line with the mass production existing. And here there is a use of electrical energy. Industry 3.0 is in the 1969, wherein there are PLCs are used, electronic and IT industry automation of products started. And while in the industry 4.0, there is a cyber based systems they are developed, wherein the linking of real objects is done with the information processing virtual objects via the internet. There is a Hadoop, there is a data science, big data. All these technologies they're evolved in industry 4.0. So we need to take the advantage of industry 4.0 to find out the solution in the COVID-19 situation. So there are various technologies coming in the industry 4.0. So we need to think on how these technologies are helpful to give the solution to this COVID-19 situation. So AI, artificial intelligence, is the technology. It is an application similar to the machine learning. Here, the computer vision and then NLP, natural language processing, is used to construct the computers to use a model based on big data for recognizing and explaining and predicting the patterns. So this will help in the social media analysis, wherein the fake news which are going on or which are spread on the social media, they can be detected using this AI technology. Clinical trials for the drugs and vaccines against this virus, they can be identified. They can be using this AI technology to develop the robots which can help undertake sanitization jobs and to perform online medical examination of the people. CT scans for detecting the pneumonia caused by the virus. This technology can be useful. IoT is the next technology, Internet of Things. It is a collection of data with the help of sensors. So various types of sensors which are used in the robots and the mobile, they are utilized for finding the solution to some of the problems. Some the problems may be The manufacturing, the equipment required for the healthcare system, drones which are required for the surveillance in order to ensure the implementation of quarantine and the mask wearing. The patients who are violating the quarantine condition, they can be tracked using this, and remote monitoring in the in-home patient can also be done. Big data is a new technology wherein there is a storage of large amount of data, and this technology provides the basis for faster and almost real-time evaluation of the decision making. So, in this, analyzing and forecasting the reach and impact of the coronavirus on the people to collect the real-time data from the different sources around the world and subsequently equip the scientists and the doctors and epidemiologists, policymakers with the latest information. Virtual reality is also playing more important role. Mostly the virtual reality, you may think that it is for video games, 3D games, educational training, but also it is used in the medical training, military training. It is the ability to make the people feel like they are together in the same space without the need for traveling. VR improves the efficiency, upgrades the working in the group, it reduces the travel cost. It reduces the absenteeism and lowers the impact of the environment. VR has been the excellent tool for communication and collaboration as well. Cloud computing is the next technology. Cloud computing involves the delivery of the computer system resources over the internet, such as server, storage, database, networking, intelligence. And then, in the current days, social isolation amid COVID-19 outbreak, people have been able to continue their digital lives with the help of Zoom, video, Slack, Netflix, and there are some other tools are there wherein we can communicate with the help of this cloud computing technology. Autonomous robot also playing a major role. They carry the task without control of any external agency. They can be used for very long period without the help. So autonomous police robot. They are useful for patrolling the areas to confirm the people are following the orders of lockdown in the hospitals in order to help the medical staff to perform their duties without any disruption. 3D scanning for scanning the human body, its parts as per the precise dimension. We can use the 3D scanners, virtual reality and the motion capture, robot mapping, industrial design. These are the various application and the research areas for the 3D scanning. 3D printing. So, as you know, in the previously there were the ventilators available, but current COVID-19 situation, there is a large demand of ventilators. So, 3D printing can help to redesign them and to produce them or to start with the small scale production. So, the use of surgical masks, N95 respirations is not suitable for the environment. But with the help of this technology, we can say that the newly developed NanoHack 3D printed mask is useful and it is recyclable and it can be reused also. So these are some of the industry 4.0 technologies I have discussed. One more biosensors that also we need to focus on wherein, as you know, this COVID-19 is biological war. So biosensors, they are taking more important role. Biological wars, biosensors can be support for the military. So glucose monitor is used in clinical analysis and diagnosis of the disease. Early detection of the monitoring of the symptoms of COVID-19 can be possible with these biosensors. The real-time recording of the temperature, ECG trace, respiration rate, etc. will be performed using these biosensors. So the current generation has to focus on how this technology can be used to fight against this COVID-19 situation, how to find out the solution for this situation. So there are various challenges in the education system because of this COVID-19. But the education revolution is the solution how to handle these challenges, because the online platform is taking a major vital role in the education system. While along with the education system, we need to see how the industry 4.0 technology applications they can be developed in the management of COVID-19 pandemic. So we have discussed so far the challenges in the education system and how there are benefits can be taken from industry 4.0 technologies to fight against this COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you. Once again, I would like to thank the organizing committee members for giving me the chance to be a part of this conference. Thank you again.